Hello guys, welcome to a new YouTube video. My name is Emily. If you don't know me, I have only recently started my budgeting journey. Started here on YouTube a few months ago, and I am really excited to continue on with this journey. What we're going to do today is do my August budget, and I'm going to do it live with you guys. I do have some things that I need to keep in mind that I'm either going to do, have to pay, or anything else that comes up in this month, and I'm going to take you through everything. So without further ado, let's just hop right in. So I apologize if this is a bit blurry. I will zoom in later on, but what I'm opening up with is the Budget Crush Workbook by the Budget Mom. It is a great tool to help you as a beginner in budgeting. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip to a new month, and I'm going to start my August budget. So what I'm going to start with is my monthly take-home pay. In the previous videos, you could have been able to see that I actually included any additional pay that I might have been getting throughout the month. Of course, I was sure that I would be getting it, but it would come in later in the month. I'm not going to do that today. Today, we're going to focus solely on my paycheck, which I get from my full-time job, and my starting amount. So I'm going to get those numbers in front of me right now, and we'll start the budget. So I actually have everything that I need on my phone, but I'm not going to show it because it obviously involves some personal information that I won't be able to show you guys, but I can tell you the following. So for my take-home pay for this month, my starting amount is actually $46.02, but I have to deduct a payment from Vinted that I received but had not saved yet. So I'm going to put that amount in my savings, which leaves me with minus 7.98. And my payment from my full-time job was 2,167 euros and 82 cents. So I'm going to fill this in right here. So now that I have this all filled out right here, I will deduct the 2. For that, I'm actually going to grab the calculator on my phone because I don't really have one of those fancy calculators with me right now. So we're going to add 2167.82 minus 798, which is 2159.84. So those of you who have been with the channel for my previous 2 videos will know that during the month I will get additional payments from either Vinted, where I'm selling some stuff which I no longer need. I get a little bit of help from my parents and my grandparents, and I am in the lottery, so occasionally I will win a couple of euros from that. But those are not fixed expenses, and I want to use that to help towards my savings. So I'm going to use this amount to actually pay everything with, and the rest is just an extra. What I am going to add on here is some of the rollover money that I have left from last month. So I'm going to add a little check right here and say rollover. And I'm going to grab my handy dandy Excel sheets and find the cash envelopes, which is right here. I normally have this on my computer, but I figured it would be easier to just show you guys like this. So these are my cash envelopes from last month. As you can see over here, let me grab an actual pen. Over here, I was under on most of my expenses. However, this one right here, which is beauty, was over. Shopping was over. Of course it was over. Eating out was over, and activities was over. I have good reasons for all of them. Well, good, they're not actually good reasons. But I was still under in my total amount. I was able to spend 744 euros and 5 cents, and I actually spent 660 euros and 8 cents. So I was about 80 euros under, which is quite nice if you ask me. I did have some leftover money from my groceries, which I'm rolling over to my holiday fund. So I'm going to add this amount of 37 euros and 77 cents to my monthly take home. So over here I am adding the 37 euros and 77 cents, and that means I'm going to erase this right here and make a new calculation. So the new amount is 21.97 and 61 cents. Now, I do have to notify that this full amount is going to go to my holiday fund. So my vacation fund to go on my trip to Ibiza in September. So please keep that in mind. I'm not using that amount to pay off any debt or any expenses, variable or fixed expenses. So up next is we're going to fill in my fixed expenses over here, and I do have another handy dandy Excel sheet for that, which I printed out for the biggest reason being that I actually forgot that I had to pay my phone bill last month and didn't include it in my budget. So now I have this nice Excel sheet with all of my bills on it. Ignore the purple, that was for my own calculations. But it all has like a set thing that I need to keep in mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to include this entire list on this sheet over here and get back to you as soon as possible. So I currently have all of my expenses for this month listed. I did include lottery twice because I didn't pay for it last month and I'm including it in this budget. All amounts are in euro, of course, and are for the coming month. So the month of August, excluding like this portion that's for the remainder of this month. I currently don't have enough to unfortunately move 1 month ahead, but that is one of my goals for the coming 6 months. So let me add all of this together and we'll see what the amount is. So the total amount is 2,146 and 83 euros. So that is going to be the amount of money that is coming out of my spending, which is a big chunk of money, I'm not gonna lie. So let's calculate the remainder of my budget. So we got 2197.61 minus 1246.83. So we have 950 and 78 remaining. Here comes the tricky part. So for my debt, I have my regular income tax, which has a monthly payment of 60 euros. So we're going to put 60 euros in that. I've got my student loans, which has a monthly payment of 0 for now. So I'm going to budget it at 0 for now. Then I have one Klarna payment open. So we're going to add that. And I'm going to check real quick how much that is. I have a Zara payment open, which is 67.88. So we're going to pay that off this month because we have to. I have to pay that within 10 days. And I believe those are my only payments of debt this month. Now, there are some changes which I'm actually going to add to this payment as well because it's something that I have to pay, which I didn't have, which I wasn't ready for. So they're kind of like bills, but they don't really fit in this bill category in my opinion, because it's something that I want to be prepared for next time. So I'm going to add it to debt, and that is, I got an email about my Nintendo subscription, which is expiring this month. On the 31st, they are going to take 19 euros and 99 cents for Nintendo Online. So we're going to include that in here. Why? Because it's easier that way. For now, we're going to take student loans to 0 and let's calculate that total. So we got 950 euros and 78 cents. We're going to deduct 60 for my income tax payment, 67.88 for my Klarna payment, and 19.99 for my Nintendo payment. So we got left 802.91. So we spent 147.87. So what we have left is 802 euros and 91 cents, which we're going to move over here. Over over on the variable expenses, I'm going to include my cash envelopes. In my first video, I actually showed you guys that I was working with the little photo album thing as my cash envelopes. That's not working for me at the moment, so I think I have to phase into that. So we're going to save that for a later day. I am currently just using my digital tracker, which I absolutely love right now. I'm just going to list all of my variable expenses over here and get back to you as soon as possible. So what I have over here are all of my variable expense categories, and we're going to take a little deep dive into what I will be needing and what I will not be needing this month. So we're going to make a list of my activities this month. Thankfully, this budget planner also has a monthly overview for the monthly calendar. So we're going to add August in here. August, and sort through our dates. So over here we have my full overview of the month. I'm going to change the color of this to a beautiful blue because I really like that light blue color. So we're going to add things that I have planned for this month. So over here on the 5th I have the wedding. For those of you who are confused, it's not my wedding. One of my best friends is getting married, and that is the date of her wedding. Then I have a facial over here. I have a mani-pedi on the 2nd. For the wedding. Then I am going to London on the 10th, so I'm actually going to block those dates out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this red and block the dates out that I'm not going to be in the country. So we're going to the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, 13, 14, and the 15th. I'm returning on the 15th, and on the 17th I'm going back to work. So I still have my days, the 8th, the 9th, and the 16th I have the day off, which is great. I'm so looking forward to that date. Then on the 19th is my birthday, which I'm going out to dinner with my parents and my grandparents. And on the 20th, I have my friend's birthday. And on the 21st, I am celebrating my birthday for my family. Then lastly, which is a date that is not really set in stone yet, I'm going to go out with my coworkers on the 26th. That will be falling into my September budget. So I won't have to budget for this, but I do need to keep in mind, I have this birthday over here. I have a birthday on this day too, so I need to remember that. And I have the gift for the wedding, which is going to take some amount of money from my gifts budget. So I need to really boost that up. Then I also have a dinner party on next Wednesday as a birthday celebration for a friend of mine whose birthday was a few months ago. We're going out to dinner for her birthday, so I need to keep all those things in mind. So I have thought of the following budget breakdown, right? So let's zoom back in over here. The thing that I was thinking of was I don't have any activities planned. I don't count going out or eating out as an activity. I count those as eating out. So for activities, I am going to include a measly 20 euros, which is, I think, a great start to a fund, right? To a sinking fund or a cash envelope. Then for the wedding, I only have my Shein payment that is due for Klarna, which I have ready to go. I currently have 80 euros in that budget. I have to pay my hairdresser, my mani-pedi, and my Shein payment. So I'm going to include an extra 20 euros into this budget, and that brings me to a total of 100 euros and 6 cents, which I'm thinking should be enough to pay for the entire bill. So I have in gifts currently 45 euros, and I'm going to add another 70. So this in mind, I do have to pay for a gift for the wedding, a gift for my friend whose birthday it is in the end of July, this weekend, a friend whose birthday it is in August, the dinner party, etc., etc. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do the dinner party from eating out or from gifts. We'll see. So this is getting 70. So that brings us to a total of currently 110 euros. Now, as you can see in my overview over here, I am gone for 6 days this month. I'm going to give a little confession over here. I had 70 euros left. Let's say I had 60 euros left in my grocery fund, but I spent it all on pasta. So with that in mind, I'm going to lower it by quite a bit and give my groceries 150 euros. Considering I am not going to be in the country and I had about 70 euros left over from last month. I didn't have to go out to dinner, but I wanted to treat myself at the end of the month. So that is that. Then I'm going to add 170, which is quite steep, to beauty. Why? Because I have a hairdressing appointment this weekend. They're going to dye my hair, which is always expensive, so that I have to keep that in mind. That's already half of my budget, right? So please keep that in mind. Then for my car, I normally add 80 euros. I didn't have to get gas for my car, but I did pay for public transport, like 40 euros for public transport last month. So I have to keep that in mind. I am going to lower it to a different amount than I had originally because I don't think I'm going to be using my car that often in the coming month. So we're going to lower it to 50 euros. Let's add that over here. Then for eating out and shopping, those are the final two, and we have some miscellaneous categories, so that's some extra spending that I might have. For shopping, I am going to London. What I usually do is I set everything that I spent on my credit card and then I sort it out at the end and see which comes from which little savings and spendings category. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to include, this is going to hurt so much, I'm going to include 100 in shopping and 120 in eating out. So that brings us to a total of 700 euros. Yes, you saw that correctly. 700, and I'm going to add 10 euros to miscellaneous. I know it's not a lot, but might as well. So that adds us to a total of 710 euros, which I have to say is more than I thought I was going to spend. I have to keep in mind that this pays for my hairdresser and my facial. This pays probably for the dinner party this Wednesday and any additional food that I'm going to be eating, excluding London. So I'm going to look at that as we go along. Then we have not that much left. Let's go 802.91 minus 710, which leaves us with 92.97. Of which 37 euros and 77 cents is rollover amount to vacation. So minus 37.77. Then I have 55 euros and 20 cents left. What I wanted to do is actually add something to my household savings. I do need to remember to start saving for next year's costs. So I'm going to include that. I calculated my credit card costs in February, my Nintendo Online for next year, July, and my birth control pill that I had to pay for this month because it was out, which is probably going to come back in 8 or 9 months. So what I'm going to do for that is set aside, let's see, 330, 166, and 3. So we're going to set aside 10 euros for that. So that's 10 euros, right? So now we have 92.97, 37.77 minus 10. So we have 45 euros and 20 cents left. Now I'm going to grab my sinking funds over here. And what I could do is include it in my vacation fund. Okay, I'm going to actually separate things. I'm going to include some things in household. And add 10 euros to that. I am looking to pay for some towels, new towels that are currently on sale. So I want to get those as soon as possible. And then I'm going to add 10 to baby step 1, which is not a lot, but you know, oh, minus 10, minus 10, so we have 25.20 left over. I am going to include that in my vacation fund. So that is 25.20, and that should total out to 0. So there we have it. That is my budget for this month. I am going to go over everything one more time and see if I didn't miss out on anything. I shouldn't have. Everything should be fine. And I'm going to include everything in my Google Drive file, my Excel file, so that I can start the month new. So one last thing that I am going to do is, even though I haven't paid this yet, which I will be doing right after I finish this video, I am going to go to my debt Snowball tracker. Unfortunately, I have to set this at the same amount as the month before, but we're going to add this payment for July over here, deduct 60 euros, and that will be 170 left to pay. So we didn't pay anything on my student loans, which is okay. I want to get this one out of the way as soon as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more of these type of videos every month when I get my paycheck, please let me know, and I will record one every month on the 25th or the 26th whenever I get my payment for that month. Thank you so much for all the views and the likes on my first 2 videos. It makes me so happy, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!